Hey, what an amazing morning in church this morning, and just love that thought how Vision Sunday, the first week of Vision Sunday, is always a prophetic and preferred future of what the year could look like. But version 2.0, simply calling us to more as a community and to see how we can partner with God in this season to head out and actually make a difference in our communities, make a difference in our societies, and how to help build the church, what God's asking you. And just as people sitting behind us in the auditorium have all been given a card to fill in today and to sign up to serve in some sort of way, shape, or form, or to join a small group or to join a community, I want to give you opportunity online to do so. And there's so many different ways you can serve online. There's hosting and building groups online. You can actually host along with the Air Wars team that are actually serving you right now in this moment. Or we'd love to know where you're from and where you're watching from and how many people are in your area that we can actually set up groups that you may be able to join watch parties and get together or build community in your area, wherever you may be watching from this morning. The only way to do that, though, is for you to let us know where you're watching from and how you'd love to serve. So please, if you could just click on a card, the Connect card, or you just scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen right now. It'll take you onto our website. Let us know how you'd love to get involved, how we can serve you in this season, how we can help facilitate and orchestrate moments where you can grow in your faith and where we can help get people around you in this next season, or how you would like to serve. We'd also love to partner with you in your prayer life. If you have anything you're praying for, we'd love to pray with you. And if God is doing anything incredible in your heart at the moment, please let us know. We love celebrating with you and understanding what God's doing, because often your story encourages so many of those around you. So please don't hold those stories to yourself. Let us know what God is doing so we can celebrate alongside you. Also, if you're one of those people who give so regularly into the life of our story, thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your continued seed that you put in the ground. We believe it's going to bear much fruit, as it is doing right across the world in these online platforms. So please continue to keep sowing seed, and let's trust God together for an amazing, amazing harvest and fruit in 2022 and the years to come. I have Bridge and Cath with me on the wrap today. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Hi. Hello, Dubsy. Good.
Yeah, good. Thanks. You guys sit so quietly while I'm wrapping up the service. You're amazing.
We're just thinking.
Like,
and hats off to you to be able to say all that.
Like,
oh.
Cheers. Thank you. But a really amazing morning in church together. For lack of a better word, I feel like we kicked the devil in his teeth in worship.
Yeah.
It was just went out firing, and then the back end again, new song coming through.
Yeah, it's
Meet You There.
song.
A really incredible song. Hey, if you haven't downloaded it yet, check out iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. It's on all the platforms, and the music video is out now on YouTube as well. So jump out, have a listen, and download it. Because if you download it and share it, if you're going to share it through, I'm learning new things, share it through iTunes. Don't just share the link, because there's something in the algorithm that helps move the song.
OMG.
All over the show.
40 plus, whatever. Whatever you said right there. Can you just show me?
So, yeah. Now I can show you. Look, you'll get a little tutorial.
Otherwise, you share
we'll work it out together as we
stuff,
go.
Yeah.
But hey, as I said earlier, we'd love to connect with you. So this is the little QR code on the screen right now. Click on that code. We want to connect with you today. Right, Cath. What stood out for you in this morning's message? A real practical message around building the house.
I think there was so much, but when you were talking there earlier, I was just thinking how Dill made a statement, just making the prophetic practical. And actually all of us are involved in actually pretty much most of those pillars of society. And as a result, we actually can all be a part of building the pillars to lift the roof, to provide the place for people to come and feed. And
Brilliant.
I think that doesn't matter whether you're here in this local community or, like you were saying to others, if you're online, you're still building. And that it was God's original intention, actually, is to be central to everything that happens. He's the one who puts the life there. He's the one who brings. It's a restoration of his original intention, which was all of us to be together in a space where there was more than enough. Yeah. So I think it does make it practical when you realize whatever you're doing, you don't have to be in the church. Like a pastor, whatever pillar you're in, you're building. Yeah.
For you, Bridge?
I think for me, I'm really just blown away that God gives different people different, gifts and packages, and He's blessed people across the board, like you say, to find a place and to fit in. And purpose is everything. There's that statement, or one of the scriptures in the Word that says, "A man without vision or purpose will perish." And I really find that so true, and I've seen it in my own life. In seasons where you feel purposeless, it's really hard. It's really hard. But when you're doing something that you feel like you really have a purpose, in, you feel fulfilled. And so, even in seasons, like I was just thinking, such a beautiful message, but even in that parenting season, it can feel so tough, at times, and you feel like, oh, am I even making an impact in the world, But
Why
you
am I even
really,
in church?
yeah, exactly, but you really are, because if you think of the greater purpose that God's called you to just for that season, you're raising and building family, and that's a profound thing that you're doing for that season, and it's different wherever we are. So, yeah,
That's so good.
Yeah.
So I love both of those, because one of them is actually building the society or the pillar of influence that you're called to. The other one is serving in the house. And that Ephesians 1:23 that says, the world is not peripheral to the church peripheral to the world. Everything flows from the local church into our sphere of influence.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are we taking in on Sundays? And I suppose that's why the wrap is one of the things we've introduced to the guys who are joining us online, was that just to help them break down what God's doing on a Sunday. And we don't want to leave it on a Sunday. We want to move that through into the week
beautiful.
ahead and try and help build so that by Thursday you still got some fresh energy to run at what's happening in the week. So I love the thought around quiet and calling.
yeah,
When
love that.
we get caught up in the quiet spaces, yes, it might be refreshing for a moment, but that thing of purpose, it's
Yeah.
actually going after
So
what
true.
we're called to and figuring out what we're called to, and God instilling purpose in our lives to go out and receive everything that He has for us, to go
Yeah.
make a difference, to build a society that we're called to, and to build that pillar. So,
Yeah, they're both important.
yeah.
Like, you need the quiet to
Absolutely.
fuel up. You
Yeah.
need the quiet for clarity, and you need the quiet to position your heart and your mind again in
Yeah,
what
Yes.
so
God's
true.
purposes. That's the key. But then action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
have great
that's
intentions.
faith without
it doesn't
action
always
is-
land
yeah.
with action.
Yeah.
It's almost like
so
the
The
true.
quiet.
two have to go together.
Correct. The quiet will fuel you. Will
Yes.
fuel you, but the
The action.
the
Yeah.
action will change
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So there's how do you find a healthy balance between the quiet and the calling?
It's both.
Yeah,
That's
so
so good,
good.
because it's so funny. We tend to default to one for a season. I go hard for 3 or 4 months, and then I just blow.
Yeah.
And then it look for a month. I'm like, I don't want to see anyone. I want to hide away. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we doing socially? Nothing. I just want to stay at home with my family and everything's.
Yeah.
But how do we find a healthy balance
Yeah,
in
it's
quiet
good.
and calling? And I think that's different for everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people need more quiet than others, and some people need to just get out there more than
Yeah,
others. I think
very
that's the
Tacky's on the road.
tackies on the road. Is that your quiet?
Yes, it is actually.
Mine too.
I love being outside running and
Yep.
just mind space.
Yeah, so good.
No one hanging on you.
No. Yeah, for a moment, it's a whole
It looks
next
like
level.
it's a bit like dragging a piano, but whatever. In theory, you're like a gazelle. In reality, they're
What-
like,
what I
"Eesh,
think I
she
look
looks
like."
pooped.
And what I actually look like. But that is true. Find that quiet place for you. Find that, because that's going to refuel you, and then
Yeah,
get
so
after everything
important.
God has for you as a calling,
Yeah.
and actually get out there and make get onto your purpose and build your pillar of influence. Because when we raise the roof, everyone gets to feed.
And also, like you said, it's not defined to a particular season of your life. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you think that sort of 30, I don't even go in the end on
changes.
that, but that's like you're busy. But actually,
Yeah.
every season has a purpose.
Yeah,
Every
so
season
good.
has a calling. God's, yeah.
Yeah,
Even kids, teenagers, same thing. I enjoyed the fact that my kids were in there, because there's purpose and calling for them in their
yeah,
age.
absolutely.
There it is. Like,
Yeah.
God's got more,
Yeah,
and He's already planned something.
yeah,
So
They're
beautiful.
influential where they're at too.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing.
You never know who you're going to bump into, who you're going to meet, who you're going to influence in every season. And like, I think of that mom's room story and go, like, the number of people and conversations
Yeah.
and stories you used to come home with from being in that mom's room through the period of young
Yeah.
children is incredible. And you
Yeah.
encouraged others, and others encouraged you. It was
Yeah. So
so
good.
never underestimate who you're in the room with, because
Yeah.
someone's always needs a bit of encouragement, and there's always someone that encourage you. So
I think sometimes you also stand in a position, like we're saying, you have purpose wherever you are right now in the season that you're in. And sometimes you stand in that season and you look to another season, or you desire
Yeah.
to be elsewhere or to be doing
When
something
I-
else. But right now, right then, in that place and in that season, God's positioned people around you, like you were saying, that you can influence, and that He's placed in your life to bless and to encourage, and whatever that purpose is, just get out there and do it, and know that you're actually part of building something greater. Even though you might feel isolated or on your own, you're actually building something beautiful in the whole.
that's what I'm looking forward to in this next series. Obviously, that the next series 7, the 7 different pillars of influence, one pillar for each week.
Yeah.
But also just to understand what role I can play in helping others and building others and serving others in their sphere of influence. So I don't think it's limited to 1 week or this is what I do, so that's applicable to me.
That's
It's
good.
I think, a lot of people also get scared by the word influence because you think, have I got enough? But like what Still was saying, which is key, is Christ the cornerstone. If you're full,
So
if you're
good.
full and you're in church, you're in God, you're in His presence, you have overflow.
So
It's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with you. Actually,
Yeah.
influence isn't. It's just that's what marks
I
us
love
as a
that.
Christian. Is it's God and Christ in you,
Yeah.
and people experience the overflow. So it's actually not much effort other than feed.
Yeah.
Influence is the
So
overflow.
good.
Come
Be
on,
in
Catherine.
Be in the
Yes.
Word,
That
be
is
in
so
His
good.
presence,
Yeah.
and it naturally happens.
Yeah. Don't try to be influential.
No, that
Influence
doesn't
is-
land well.
No,
No.
At all.
influence is in the
It's
overflow.
overflow of Christ
Come
is
on.
influence,
That's
not
so good.
overflow
Preaching.
of yourself.
Yes.
Are you sure you're not a
Catherine, preach.
preacher?
No, I'm not.
Yes, I love it.
What
That
am
is
I?
brilliant.
What the Duchess of Ndwedwe?
Yeah, the Duchess of
Sorry,
Ndwedwe.
Dutsy.
Catherine.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
pumped like a pineapple.
Pumped like a pineapple with the Duchess of Ndwedwe. Oh,
Rich, we're
man.
going to give you something I'm not sure. On it like an olive.
There we go. On it like an
Kath,
olive.
you're on form today.
Right,
Anyway.
on that note.
All right,
yeah,
we've got about a
it's great
minute
Sunday.
left.
At least
Very
we can laugh.
quickly. What are we
Thank you,
taking into
Jesus.
Monday?
Ooh.
One thing we're taking into
Pumped
Monday.
like a
Quick.
pineapple.
Pumped like a pineapple.
Building the pillars raises society. I'm in a pillar, you're in a pillar. Just
Yes.
be awesome with an overflow of
Be
God.
you and know that God's got a purpose wherever
Exactly.
you're at. Yeah.
So good. I wrote down a note said, don't believe that any moment is wasted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
true.
just going to make sure that I'm present at every moment this week, that we're not wasting any single one of them, that I'm always looking for someone to encourage or looking to get better and grow and learn. So I'm not going to waste a
Definitely.
moment this week. I'm also going to try to get as full as I can on God in the quiet, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to go after my calling. So
Yes.
awesome. When the church thrives, society thrives, and when the society thrives, when the church thrives, society thrives, and when society thrives, the roof gets raised and people get to feast. It's been an
Yeah.
amazing morning in church. You two are
Yeah.
awesome. Thanks for joining me on the wrap.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
And we trust you're going to have an amazing week. Make sure you're connecting with us. Scan the code or jump onto the website. Have an amazing week, everybody, and we'll catch you next week for the start of the new Series 7. Ciao, ciao.